Hey guys, EDDBUD here. I'm back with one of my long run shoe tests. This time it's the turn of the Reebok FLOATRIDE Energy 3. I can hear the energy from it right now. Hey cats, EDDBUD here. Today in the wet and humid conditions of Yeovil town. A 12-mile sortie in the FLOATRIDE Energy 3. Here's the lowdown on this super cheap and great performing shoe. It's probably one of the most purchased shoes of viewers and watchers of the channel that I can remember over the last few months. Retails for about 75 Earth credits, though people have picked them up for as little as about 40, I think. Makes it a great pickup and a really useful addition to the rotation. So 12 miles today, or 19.3 kilometers. Average pace of 8 minutes 6 seconds per mile, which is about 5 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer. I can describe today's run as like a wall of water. It was so humid, there was a little bit of rain, a little wind. Certainly not June conditions, or at least the June conditions that I've become experienced with over the last few weeks. You could feel the moisture in the air and it just made everything that little bit tougher. But I needed to put in a host of slower miles today. I've been testing those other super shoes out this week and yeah, too many fast miles. I must learn control. The RC Elite 2 and the Endorphin Pro, well, they just require some pace, don't they? So good to run some slower ones today in the Energy 3. Slightly different route today, guys, about 400 foot of elevation total and a little feather of wind just to apply a little bit of cooling breeze to the forehead. Refreshing gusts, you could say. We'll start with the upper, because it's a good one. Upper here worked out well today for me. I coupled these with some stamped socks, the ankle variety, and it was a good combo. I feel that this shoe's true to size despite a few other viewers reckon it's a little bit long. I just don't see it myself. Lockdown's consistent over the miles, using a runner's knot. There was no lace malarkey, which is quite a refreshing change actually. There's quite a few shoes I've worn over the past couple of weeks where I've had to fool around with the laces, not in the Energy 3. The ankle area, the toe box and the side walls all work together to produce a really containing fit. And with that nice padded tongue there, there's no danger of any pressure or tension over the top of the foot. No pain, but gain. Even in those faster miles and towards the end of the run where the foot expands a little bit, the Energy 3 was still a champion of comfort. Just the whole way round, really. Upper works very well, no sign of heel slip, top-notch Reebok. There's some shoes I've used on there long run shoe tests that really haven't been great in terms of upper, but I can say this one really performed well in some more testing conditions. Midsole now. Midsole wise, I have to be honest with you, I'm quite impressed by the versatility delivered by the foam here in the Energy 3. I'd suggest not a shoe for out and out pace, but if you're picking it up for doing a variety of more daily activities, then quid's in. I mean, I've got to be honest, tired legs at the end of the week. Lots of miles done, I think 53 total this week. I did throw in a few faster pace miles, not anywhere near really my top performance, but still good to get some faster ones in. And I've got to be honest, it works out relatively well on those faster miles. Second half of the run as well, I kind of like doing that at the moment on the long run shoe test. Pace the first few miles and then throw in 3 or 4 faster ones towards the end. The midsole here works well for me. It paces around about 8 minutes 20 per mile through to about 7:20 or 7:10 per mile. Though I've got to say it's a little too flexible up front for anything other than that. As you're going up beyond that, I just wish for a little bit more rigidity. That foam really does flex a huge amount. There's no sign of like a torsion plate or anything like that you get in an Adidas shoe. Maybe that's something that Reebok can look at implementing in the future perhaps. Maybe a little nylon plate in there, something like that. But then I think you're moving a little way from what the Energy 3 is, and that's a great solid daily shoe. A really good range of uses here in a very affordable package. It's not to be sniffed at. Yeah, it's not smelling the greatest, this one, guys. I wouldn't advise you to try that out at home. Seems pretty durable too. After consulting my notes on the shoe when I initially reviewed it up against the previous version of the shoe, I think perhaps it's a little more cushioned. I think the Energy 2 is a little firmer than this one. I think this is just a tad more compressive than its predecessor, and I think that's a view that's echoed by most runners and viewers of the channel. Guys, if you're enjoying the channel and you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications when we roll those new videos out for you. Also, it really helps the channel out if you give this video a thumbs up like. We got lots of exciting stuff coming this week, an initial review of the Saucony Endorphin Pro 2 and an initial review of the Adios Pro 2 from Adidas. Oh, it's like Christmas but twice. Oh yeah. Let's look at that outsole now. Outsole rubber here is Schwarzenegger-like. Robust, yet soft. It's a cigar-smoking, hot tub-sitting, mini pony stroking outsole. Grips well on pretty much anything I threw at it today, and I did throw my feet at a lot of different terrains. Wet dirt, gravel, concrete, and road. Every step I shouted to the surface below my feet, "I'll be back," when I turn round and come back the other way, that is. Very little wear at all actually on the traction nubs that appear on the outsole of the Reebok Energy 3. Rather impressive again. There's some thought into the design here, where they've utilised the rubber underfoot. It's in just the right places. Top notch Reebok. Top notch. Every mile that I put into the Reebok shoes reinforces my opinion that they're very underrated. They're just going from strength to strength in my mind. I wonder what else is coming from Reebok. Could be some really exciting stuff on the horizon. Certainly an outsole here to cover almost every eventuality and condition. One of the best value daily shoes so far in 2021, I think. And it's just readily available as well. You can lay your hands on one if you want to get it. And the prices are normally very, very easy to digest. Reebok appears to be knocking out lots of new colourways of it. I really like this one, I've got to be honest. We've got the little lime hits here inside the shoe too, and just under the upper where you can't see it. I don't know why they've put that there. It's very odd. It's a beautiful looking shoe. Not everybody will share my opinion, but not everybody likes Neil Young. I don't see any of the typical signs of wear and tear that I'd see on cheaper competitors. I think it could do a very, very good job in anybody's shoe rotation, really. A very affordable price for something that can handle even some of those longer runs. Sometimes you get those cheaper shoes and they just don't really feel that great after a few miles, but this one held up great today after 12. Could be a good one to add in if you're doing some half marathon or marathon training. You're going to do those longer runs on a Sunday. Well, you don't have to do them on a Sunday, you can do them any day you like, but yeah, that's the law. A winner today and every day, really. I've enjoyed all my miles in this one so far. What do you make of the Reebok Energy 3, guys? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one down in the comments. Energy rods. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? A quick musical interlude for you today from the Shadows. Hopefully once we can play some live music again and dancing is allowed, I'll be able to get back in contact and do some practicing with the Mystery Man, my drummer, and the Snake as well. We'll get the Mystery Man and the Snake back together and hopefully perform. That reminds me of this Shadows track. Man of Mystery is one of my favourites by the Shadows. Always love that beautiful crystal guitar tone. Echo and reverb just right. Not too much, not too little. The Shadows always had that wonderful open sound. Maybe because they were able to focus a little bit while recording on the actual sounds of the instruments themselves, rather than just the vocal being the most important thing. Used to get that sometimes back in the 60s, that they'd focus loads on the vocal and not enough on the actual instrument sounds. They could EQ them just right here, and the Shadows had some wonderful high fidelity recordings. Wonderful Land is another track that I really, really love. Never been a big Stratocaster man myself. I don't own one. I've got a Tele, I've got some Gretsch's, I've got some Gibson stuff, Jazzmaster, Jaguar, but yeah, Strat's never been my thing. I don't know why. Maybe I'll get one in the future and maybe see if I can learn some of these tunes. I'm not sure I'll be able to play them as good as Hank though. Mind you, I've got the glasses. Sadly overlooked these days, the Shadows. Go and check them out, guys. Probably the greatest hits is a good place to start. Okay, thanks for tuning in to the very end, guys. I very much appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, help us get towards 20,000 subscribers by clicking that button here, and also the bell for notifications when we launch those new videos for you. And it really helps the channel out if you give this video a thumbs up, like, and share this video with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you